Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. This video, it looks like we're going to be responding to the pseudo-Catholics and what they had to say about the new Pope that was inaugurated slash elected yesterday, Pope Leo the XIV, and we're going to show you guys their statements, and then there's few segments of the writings that they published that I wanted to comment on. So let's take a look. Okay, so I read their response to the new Pope today, and I took some notes, and we're going to address certain things that they wrote about segment by segment. First and foremost, this first segment is going to be addressing the group's claims. The most important thing to understand is that Catholics for Choice, or as I like to call them, so-called Catholics for Choice, are not an official Catholic organization. They don't represent the church in any way, shape, or form, or the teachings of the Catholic Church. The church has been unwavering for 2,000 plus years since Christ established the Catholic Church, and has declared that abortion is murder and abortion is actually a mortal sin. And its stance on the sanctity of life is from conception to natural death. Abortion, contraception, IVF are intrinsically opposed to the dignity of human life, and nobody, not even the Pope, can change that fundamental truth. Their statement, Catholics for Choice expressed hope that Pope Leo XIV will be, and I quote, guided by a commitment to peace, justice, and inclusion. While I believe that these values are crucial, peace and justice cannot exist when the most vulnerable, namely the unborn children, are not protected. That is a big concern. Um, Abortion does not bring peace and justice. In fact, it brings the complete opposite. It brings injustice, and it brings no peace to not the mother and not to anyone else around them. We are going to clarify Catholic teaching. The group also implies that because Pope Leo the XIV is the first U.S. Pope, that he should challenge what they call, quote, anti-peacemaking and anti-economic justice policies. Knowing that they're Catholics, so-called Catholics for Choice, these anti-peacemaking and anti-economic justice policies is a lot to do with being pro-abortion. However, aligning Catholic teaching with secular political agendas undermines the universal message of the gospel, which transcends every single policy and all politics. And authentic Catholic leadership does not bend to culture or political ideologies, and we don't modernize just because the United States is okay with abortion, just because the world is okay with abortion. The Catholic Church still sees it as child sacrifice. We call sin out and evil out for what it is. Um, Pope Leo XIV, as the Pope and as a faithful servant of Christ, will surely continue to affirm the dignity of every human life. So Catholics for Choice, I don't think going to the Vatican and protesting the Vatican, thinking it's a democracy, just also doesn't proves that you don't know your faith very well as Catholics if you think protesting is going to change a moral teaching of the Catholic Church. But you do you. We're here to say that the Catholic Church is and never will be pro-abortion. You know what you could do? Leave the church. Go become a liberal Protestant. Go become a liberal Eastern Orthodox or Oriental Orthodox, but you cannot be consistent and stay Catholic because the Catholic Church's view on abortion is not going to change. Don't let the door hit you on the way out, and stop proclaiming to be Catholic, and I will stop coming after your demonic organization. To me, this is probably the most concerning part. We're going back to the word inclusion. They had a call for inclusion. One of the most concerning parts is the suggestion that the church should be more inclusive of those who disagree with the Catholic Church's teachings as Catholics on abortion and contraception. While the church welcomes everybody, individuals, it cannot endorse beliefs that contradict the inherent value of human life. The Catholic Church cannot contradict what sacred scripture says. It cannot contradict what the Didache says. It cannot contradict what the early church writers and the saints wrote about, opposing abortion and euthanasia and contraception and IVF and all of these things. The truth is, inclusion does not equal compromise, and I think that's a point that we have to stick towards. Compromise is not inclusion. We do not compromise our beliefs, 2,000-year-old beliefs, to make pro-abortionists happy, to make people who got an abortion real okay and say, yeah guys, it's okay. It's not a mortal sin to commit an abortion. It's not a mortal sin to murder an unborn baby in the womb. So inclusion does not mean compromise. It's true that we are called to love everyone, including those who struggle with the Catholic Church's teachings, but we do not change the teachings to fit our cultural trends. We do not fit our Catholic Church into modernization so much that we are taking the church's teaching and the church's stances that it held for 2,000 years and saying, you know what, we're going to change that. Nope. The church has always been pro-life. This isn't an issue we are called to adjust and to fix. The church's mission is to proclaim the truth even when it's unpopular. And we are also called, as great popes have said, to preach the truth, preach the gospel, even if we're just reduced to 12 again. Even if I am the only Catholic Christian who is speaking out against abortion and everybody else comes against me, I will stand alone by myself speaking out against abortion and educating my brothers and sisters, educating pro-aborts even, on what the pro-abortion movement actually is. That is what I'm here to do. That is my mission. Welcome to the prolifechloe ministry. As faithful Catholics, it is extremely crucial to pray for Pope Leo XIV, that he may continue to lead our church with courage and integrity. We must also pray those misled by organizations who think it's okay to be Catholic and pro-choice, like Catholics for Choice, that they may come to understand the beauty and the consistency of what the Catholic Church teaches on the sanctity of life, and that they would adjust their moral compass to fit with what they believe is the Church of Jesus Christ on earth. So that is my hope. That is my prayer. Let's continue our mission to stand for life, speak truth with love and charity, support leaders who remain faithful to Christ's teachings, regardless of culture, ethnicity, race, and political challenges. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this breakdown was interesting to you guys. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And Lord willing, we will see you in the next video. Remember that Jesus is Lord and abortion is murder. Peace out.